Hey, what's up guys, Yusuf Shah from TechDroids and welcome back to another exciting video on the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a $1,200 gaming PC build featuring the new Ryzen 5 5600X and the RTX 3060 from NVIDIA, which just came out. And yes, in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys all the parts that you need to build this PC and also tell you guys how to put it together. And towards the end of the video, we'll talk about the performance numbers, the benchmarks, and everything you need to know about this $1,200-ish build. Now, pricing isn't going to be very certain, so yes, things like the GPU and the CPU prices will fluctuate depending upon the region that you're in and when you're watching this video. But nevertheless, this is going to be a fun video. I'm going to show you guys gaming benchmarks as well as what parts you need to build this PC. And everything that I talk about in this video will be linked down below to Amazon US, and those are affiliate links. So if you want to help the channel out and in turn help me make more videos, go ahead and buy from those. Join the Discord server. If you have any questions, like this video, subscribe to TechDroids for more videos like this. And with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that intro, but now let's get to the parts that we have used in this build. And starting off with the CPU, we've gone with the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X. Now this is a part of the new 5000 series of CPUs, which are all really good. This 5600X comes with 6 cores, 12 threads, and a base clock of 3.7 GHz, a boost of 4.6. Comes with its own thermal solution, which is the RAID Stealth Cooler, so you don't have to buy a third-party one just to start your PC. Now, if you're into intense overclocking or if you want better, aesthetics, RGB, all those kind of things, you'll have to buy something else. I recommend NZXT's Kraken X as well as Z series of coolers. But again, depending upon your budget and purpose, I'll leave some options linked down below. But again, this supports PCI 4.0, so you will be able to use all the latest SSDs as well as graphics cards. And the performance on this one for not only editing but live streaming and just gaming in general is really nice. So the CPU of choice for this build is going to be the Ryzen 5 5600X. Now for the motherboard in this build, we've gone with the MSI B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi, and yes, that Wi-Fi means this does have inbuilt Wi-Fi and you don't have to buy a PCIe card or an adapter or something like that. And this is a B550 board, so you can obviously overclock on it, no problem. 4 RAM slots, M.2 for super fast storage, as well as plenty of USB ports and all the basic features that you need. So there is an RGB header on this board, and there's also HDMI and DisplayPort obviously. So everything that you need is there, fundamentals are there. It might not be the best looking motherboard because again, it is pretty affordable, so I don't expect that kind of looks from this board. But apart from that, this is a really solid board for the price and should get the job done for this build. Now for RAM, as Ryzen loves dual channel performance, we've gone with 16 GB of Corsair's Vengeance DDR4 at 3000 MHz. So this is two 8GB sticks, again a total of 16 GB. And we're going to put them in the second as well as the fourth slot in the motherboard for best dual channel performance. And in the future, if your games are demanding, if your tasks are demanding, you can add 16 more gigabytes, fill up all the 4 slots and have a total of 32 gigabytes. But for now, I think for 1080p gaming, light video editing, live streaming and things like that, 16 gigabytes is more than enough. This kit is pretty affordable, no RGB, no fancy looks. But again, in my opinion, it'll get the job done for this build. For storage in this build, you can go with a traditional hard drive, a SATA SSD like this, or if you want really fast storage, you can go with something like this, an M.2 NVMe SSD. This comes from WD Black and this is their SN750, but I'll leave some cheaper options linked down below as well. But again, for this build, the base storage is going to be the 240GB SSD. This is the WD green one. You can buy any one. All right. But again, for this build, the base storage is going to be the 240GB SSD from WD. This is their green SSD, and you should get, decent SATA speeds, and it will be able to store your operating system, a few games, a few programs, and everything will feel pretty snappy, pretty fast, and things should open up pretty quickly. And more importantly, your PC will boot up really quickly as well. So that's that, and that's going to be the storage for this build. Alright, for the power supply and to juice up all the components in this build, we've gone with the Corsair CV650. Now again, it's a 650 watt power supply with the 80 plus bronze certification, 3 years of warranty, and all the cables are also braided, so that's nice. And yes, by braided I mean they're sleeved. And 650 watts should be more than enough to power this build right now, as well as leave some headroom for future upgrades. And this comes with a 3-year warranty, so if something goes wrong, Corsair should be able to help you out. Comes from a reliable brand, and again, it's a power supply, it'll get the job done. And that's the Corsair CV650. And for the graphics card in this build, we've gone with the newly launched RTX 3060. The one we have here comes from the folks over at Zotac. This is their Twin Edge OC edition. So you're going to get a 1807 MHz boost clock, which is slightly higher from the reference design. So that's that. 12 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory. This is based on the Ampere architecture, ray tracing, NVIDIA DLSS, and you can also use all the extra features like RTX voice, NVIDIA broadcast, and also their RTX or NVIDIA Reflex technology, which is for like low latency gaming. And also you can use Shadowplay to record your gameplay, or as well as broadcast it to YouTube or Twitch. So that's that. And this is a really nice card in my opinion. The extra VRAM on this really helps. You've got one HDMI, 3 display ports. It's a really solid little compact card, as you can see here. I've done a dedicated review on this card, so if you want to check that out, click the link down below in the description. And this is the graphics card for this build. Alright, for the case and to wrap up this build, we've gone with the NZXT H510. Comes in both white as well as black. It's a ATX mid-tower case with a clear side panel, and it's a really nice quality one in my opinion. One of my favorite mid-tower cases in the market right now. It's got a lot of space. It's also got the PSU shroud, good cable management space towards the back. There is routing for certain cables, so your PC looks clean. And yes, basically it can have a 280mm liquid cooler on the front, and you can also add up things like LED strips or RGB fans. All of those things will work, no problem. And the NZXT H510 is the case for this build. Alright guys, so with the parts out of the way, let's talk about the performance. So Ryzen 5 5600X, 16GB of RAM, and the RTX 3060 in my opinion is a really good 1080p ultra settings gaming combo. You can also do, again, up to 4K video editing, and live streaming to Twitch and YouTube shouldn't be a problem as well. Enough of me talking, here are the benchmarks.
Estaré aquí toda la noche. ¡Hey! ¡Cuidado, niños! Has to blow over soon.
Alright, so you've seen the numbers for yourself, and those are the performance numbers for this build. Those are the benchmarks. If you want even detailed benchmarks, you can again check out my RTX 3060 review. I've used this, specific build in that video as well. But apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, or join my Discord server, which is also linked down below in the description. As well as leave this video a like if it was helpful, if you enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future uploads like this. And with that being said, guys, my name has been Yusuf. You guys have been awesome. Stay awesome, keep smiling. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.